Welcome to Spiritual Core TV. Come on in if you're new. 9 times out of 10, it's not coincidental. You're here because this is where you're supposed to be. I hope that you get what it is that you need in order to further your spiritual journey. Use your intuition, use your best discernment. If you're returning back, you already know the spiritual disclaimer has absolutely been amended. Some people got the memo and some people did not. But I heard the ancestors say, in fact, they gave me a visual. I seen the ancestors in the ethers like this, hands folded, and said, how y'all want to split the bill? Ah. Karmic debt is due, long overdue. There's no more installment agreements. There's no more extensions. Now you owe the collective plus increase, plus interest. And we're really interested. This is what the ancestors are saying. We're really interested in seeing how y'all are going to split that bill. Y'all, as in you all, means that it's people that got into a group and they all agreed to acquire, accumulate some type of karmic debt. Now they're looking at the universe like, what? Yeah, the universe is like, how you gonna split the bill? How you want to pay the bill? You got late fees, you got dues that are due. You tried to take people's inheritance, their gifts, their spirit. Like, how y'all want to split the bill? Somebody's ancestors only want to know that. They don't want any explanations. They don't want any sad apologies, any emotional, manipulative ass frequencies, but woulda, coulda, shoulda, and what had happened was as energy. The ancestors are saying, who's going to pay the bill? Okay. Listen. We tried to tell you, we tried to learn you, we tried to unlearn you, we tried to told you that this was going to happen this way. Red light, yellow light, green light, caution. This ain't what you want. And somebody went again and still is doing something to their own detriment, just racking up karmic debt. The ancestors are saying, forget all of that. How y'all gonna split this bill? Because you owe us all of what you got by way of your spiritual inheritance, your spiritual gifts, times the increase, divided by the time that you kept trying to latch into divine collective's energy and siphon their energy. You owe us on all timelines. You're in debt. Who's gonna play this out? Who's gonna play with this bill? Who's gonna pay the bill? How do y'all plan on splitting the bill? That's what somebody's ancestors said. I trust the ancestors because I feel like it's my ancestors too. Okay. Whatever this is, there's been some type of recovery. Your ancestors want to recover that which was stolen. Everything that the cankerworms, cankerwormettes, Kirk Franklin, whoever was in on it, the canker croquettes, whatever it is, okay, the canker croquettes, and rice and gravy or whatever it is that was stolen, there is an itemized list plus a fee times 10. And some of these ancestors don't even want these people to pay the bill because they're already spiritually bankrupt. They're abandoned by their bloodline. They never broke their generational curses. So your ancestors are very intelligent. They know these people can't pay the bill, not with their bloodline, they can't. They don't have anything to take. So in lieu of the payment, your ancestors want their heads on a platter. Spirit says they wasn't using their head anyway. Might as well just help them out a little bit. Something about love coming into spiritual court, bringing flowers. Somebody has to give you your flowers. Somebody's got to give you your respect reluctantly. I don't want reluctant respect. It's nice when it's mutual respect, but reluctantly, it's like, bitch, don't struggle to come up in here bringing us flowers. Don't struggle to come up in here and say, I'm sorry. We're like, yeah, we know that you're sorry. You've been sorry. That's nothing new. It's giving that kind of energy. Reluctantly, you're looking like, I guess they are blessed. You guess? That's what's up. Keep that same energy. Spiritual court is now in session. We're receiving gifts from the universe. Somebody wants to gift you something, okay? Divine masculine, divine feminine, while things are being ironed out in spiritual court, your ancestors are showing up to defend you. Baby, somebody is watching you. Just sail on right on over to the North Node. Somebody's like, where's collective? Over there in the North Node. You got a stalker, a spy, a spiritual lurky-loo, a looky-loo, a peekaboo ass person. Thinks that they're hiding, but we can see them in plain sight. Stalker, spy, spiritual surveillance, spiritual invasion of privacy. This person has been warned more than enough times. An umpteenth amount of times have been warned by this person. This person's been warned too many times to count, to stay away from you. Caution, danger, warning, stay away, leave collective alone. Collective is north noding, okay? Don't come over here. Don't leave a message. Just turn around and walk away. Simply put, who's going to pay the bill? Because somebody keeps racking up a karmic debt. Like they got it like that. Somebody's ancestor said you out here spiritually bankrupt and you out here just racking up debt. Like, what are you doing? I just heard the spiritual federales is on that ass. Excuse me. Yes, we're here to collect the debts. And that's simply put, but the ancestors are not saying it that nice. They're honestly pretty fired up. They're pissed off. Too many people showed up with false identification spiritually, trying to get your gifts, trying to get your lover, trying to get your healing. A lot of impersonations, a lot of fraudulent activities, a lot of spiritual bankrupt people were fraudulently signing your name spiritually to demonic contracts, and you weren't there. These are pretendo energies, okay? Yeah, they're not top shelf. You out here smoking that pretendo. Oh man, you should have got top shelf, man. If you're gonna do it, only do the best. It's somebody that's not that smart, okay? So they felt like if I just had your brain, then I would be able to do the same thing, think my way through this, and it didn't seem to suffice, man. These people are in debt. Somebody's out here spending karmic debt or racking up karmic debt like they got it like that, and they're spiritually bankrupt. Your ancestors are like, say less. We're going to take what it is that you stole. You ain't got nothing else for us to take but what it is you tried to take from us. So we're going to repossess that and then off with your head. Your head is what the increase is. Because this bloodline, these people's bloodlines, they ain't got nothing to get. They came into spiritual court empty-handed. The only thing that they have is what they stole from you, Divine Collective. So they're leaving spiritual court empty-handed. They came in empty-handed. And whatever they returning and has to be recovered, it belongs to you. So they got to run you that back. And they got to go up under that spiritual guillotine, man. Somebody's ancestors said off with their head. They keep telling me stop being nice with this message. Yeah, they said off with your motherfucker. I'm just here to channel the message. Somebody's ancestors told the karmic in the ethers, hey, I'm not going to be too many motherfuckers. Somebody's ancestors is coming. With all the lies that were told, with all the yes and no, Spirit says, what I'm saying is the truth. Believe it or not. Yes, no, maybe so. Somebody's being exposed. The lies are being exposed. Somebody's laying in the bed that they made. You were lying when you were standing up. You were lying when you were walking away. Now you lying down in the bed that you made full of lies. Who's going to pay the bill? How y'all going to split this bill? This is what Spirit is saying. You can't even afford the gratuity, so we got to take your head and we're going to sever these little toxic ass entity attachments. Y'all always want to come around with this toxic, funky, rancid, diabolical, rotten, molded, stinchy ass, demonically attached ass energy. Always wanting to hug somebody or touch them or try to get energy on them or trying to astral project. And we can smell your funk a miles away, a million miles away. Listen, somebody's 100 miles and running in the opposite direction because they don't want to pay the bill. Yes, that nasty ass energy. Collective is saying, run away from me, baby. Run your toxic ass away. Negative karmic energies, bad habits. These people are addicted to their bad habits. Oh man, who's going to split the bill? Y'all got to give up y'all heads on a platter, because whatever you did to this divine masculine's bloodline or feminine's bloodline, their ancestors are not playing nice. They don't have time for agreements and extensions and all this extra shit you keep coming up into spiritual court with, talking about you got receipts and paperwork, and it's fraudulent. First of all, that's not even your identification. This is not even your bloodline. So what were you doing with this gift in your hand? That pentacle that you stole, that does not even belong to your bloodline. That's not your inheritance. You fraudulently showed up and collected on something that don't belong to you. Now you got to pay with your life. Now you owe the courts more than what it is that you can lend out, and we got to retch around and repossess what you stole and then off with your head, because your bloodline is bankrupt. Your bloodline can't manifest. That's why you over here stealing. You never helped your bloodline out, karmics. You never helped your bloodline out. All you had to do was break your generational curses. The spirit of lying, scratch a liar, find a thief, nasty ass energy, just weird energies. You never did anything for your bloodline. So your bloodline abandoned you a long time ago. They're not showing up to spiritual court. They don't want to represent y'all. They feel embarrassed by y'all. And as much as you want to wake up the dead, we've already awakened your ancestors, and they're here testifying on the stand against you. They said, off with his head, off with her head. Somebody's ancestors have surrendered them to spiritual court. Because who's going to pay the bill? Somebody's ancestors literally is coming through by way of my mind's eye. They're like, you think this is a game? They are not playing. They're not playing. They're not playing. Somebody plays too much. Sidewalk gang. We would never. Promiscuous energy. We would never. We don't want nobody with a whole bunch of sexual parasites and energies and entities entering into our body, coming around us, astral projection. I promise you, you're going to F around and find out. You're going to F around and get flued out. That's what Spirit just said. You're going to be sitting in spiritual court. They're going to be like, how you get here? Well, big karmic ass energy. I just got flued out. Yeah, the ancestors snatched your ass up, didn't they? You went on a flight? Like, come on, let's take you on a trip real quick and let you know what's about to happen. And that's a courtesy. That was the warning sign. Remember, at the yellow light, red light, after the yellow light, these people have been cautioned. There's no more warnings. They just snatching people up. Yeah, I just heard, wow, just, okay. People, listen, people's masks falling off in mid-air, honey, dropping them where they stand, where they walking, where they sleeping, wherever they're at, up in the night, don't matter. They can't change it. Clarify projection, trying to change shit. That shit is done. Somebody had the audacity to show up in spiritual court and address somebody's divine ancestors wearing a mask. And somebody's ancestors said, do you think this is a game? This is not no game. Knock that mask, smooth off that raggedy ass, lying ass face. There's a thief under there. You're a liar. You're a cheat. You're a thief. And you do not belong to my bloodline. You stole that Ace of Pentacles. You put it in your bag. You act like you didn't have nothing going on. You even made it through the metal detectors. Now you got smoke detectors. You thought you had won the race, only to realize that, bitch, this is a marathon. Stop messing with people's inheritance. Don't come for their bloodline. You shouldn't have never did that. All that jealousy about unions and bullshit. Man, these are some of the most unhealed people. When I tell you that being in a relationship is like the only center to their life. If they don't have anybody to be with, they feel like they want to ruin other people's lives. They want to ruin lovers. Let's just say you're a single person and you're not in a relationship, and somebody's in a loving, caring, healthy, two people that love each other and respect each other.